floor.
So to that end, everybody's agreed, right, that we need to, at some point, get some legislation. With me now is Congressman Bob Goodlatte. He's a Republican from Virginia. He's the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, good to see you. I spoke to Mark Amadei a few minutes ago about wanting to have something. He wants his constituents to see that there is some kind of debate amongst members of Congress and some kind of vote on something, given that you all seem to want some resolution to this outstanding immigration matter. What's your view on this?
Well, I completely agree that we want to pass legislation, not just take it up and vote on it, but pass it, get it to the Senate, put pressure on the Senate to take up this issue again, and ultimately get a bill to the president so we can make progress on both securing our borders and closing loopholes in our immigration laws and moving more toward a merit immigration system and doing something good for the documents so that they have the opportunity to remain in this country permanently and have some, not a special pathway to citizenship, not something unique to them, but the opportunity to avail themselves of the pathways that people who immigrate to the United States can afford themselves of now. So this is a very positive development that the pressure is on to do something. I've been very pleased by that. I don't think the discharge petition is the right way to go. That's more likely to yield an unbalanced approach. But the meeting we had this morning was very productive.
And you seem to have had Carlos Curbelo and those, some of the Republicans who had been interested in the discharge position seem to have taken a wait-and-see view that they'll hold off a little bit to see what you come up with. But some of the frustration they've got and their constituents have, and Mark Amadei made this point, is that the last time we really dealt with immigration in any meaningful way in America, in his words, we were listening to cassette tapes. People want to see something done. Most of America wants to see something done with the Dreamers. There may be some dispute as to whether they should have, I think let's play what Mark Amadei said about the ways of looking at the path for citizenship or not for Dreamers. Let's listen together.
Well, you know, when you look at that particular issue, you say, well, the president was talking 10 or 12 years. Citizenship was at the end. Bob Goodlatte was talking 3 years, and you had to keep signing up. But it's like, so that's fine. Put something on the floor, and let's see what the amendment process produces, and then let's see what people actually vote for.
So, Congressman, what's your view on what to do with the Dreamers? The fact is, Americans overwhelmingly, including Republicans, overwhelmingly want a solution to this problem.
Well, and I agree. As a former immigration lawyer myself, I'm certainly sympathetic to their plight. But here's the point. I think that we need to assure, and the bill that I introduced along with Mike McCall, chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, and Raul Labrador, chairman of the Immigration Subcommittee, McSally, chairman of the Border Security Subcommittee, that bill gave them a permanent right to remain in the United States as long as they didn't commit a serious crime, and the opportunity to avail themselves of existing pathways to citizenship. It did originally require a renewal every 3 years. We moved that to 6 years, and we're talking about what that length of time should be. But we want to assure them that they'll have a right to remain here and a statutory right, not simply at the whim of one president or another, but it can't be a special pathway to citizenship where they get something that people who have followed the law can't avail themselves of as well and get ahead of people who are sometimes in very long waiting lists, depending on the country they're from, who want to come to the United States.
So they're not
legally.
eliminated from being in the line. They're just not given any priority in the line. They're put in the back of it.
That's correct.
All right. And do you think there is reasonable hope that what you are proposing will become some sort of something that gets voted on anytime in the near future?
Yes, because these meetings have been very productive, and the conference meeting today, I think, reflected a desire on the part of the overwhelming majority of members to move forward with a solution here. But members who've signed the discharge petition and members who are some of our most conservative members in our conference are working together to come up with solutions to this problem and allow us to bring a bill to the floor.
Congressman, good to see you as always. Thank you for joining us. Congressman Bob Goodlatte of Virginia. We'll, of course, stay very close to this story.